Welcome back, guys. So right now, let's talk about the elements of designs. So we have basic elements of designs. Everything you see in a design is an element. So all you have to do is to type elements of designs. So your shape is an element of design. Your image is an element of design. So when you're making designs, just know that everything is an element. And basically, the elements of designs are very simple. You see your line. Your line is an element of design. You see your shape is an element of design. Your color is an element of design. Your texture is an element of design. Your space is an element of design. Your form, your tone, other elements of design include size, symmetry, scale, and direction. But basically, elements of designs are very easy. Just your color, your shape, your line, your space, and all those are all elements of designs. But basically, when you come to Canva works with different elements of designs, and it doesn't work the same way the traditional phone or traditional designs works, because everything you see in Canva is an element. So you come to the elements dashboard. So you come to elements this way, then you get to see your elements on Canva. So let me just go to a mobile view, and here in the mobile view, you see design. Design is the first thing you see, where you get to select your templates, you get to select everything. But elements is where you get where you get to see different elements to use in your design, from your shapes to graphics to stickers to photos, videos. So these are where you see your elements, different elements you could use for designs, your polls and quizzes, your tables, your frames, your grids, your mockups, your collections. They are all elements of designs. And not just that, so elements goes across images and all that. So you could get pictures from Canva. For instance, you could type Christmas, and you see Christmas related picture here in elements. Make sure you're in elements, and you see your graphics that are related to Christmas. You see your photos that are related to Christmas. You see your frames. You see your videos. You see your audio. You see your mockups. So these are things that are related to Christmas. So you could take any of those. You could see there are pros here and there are free ones here. So for instance, this is a free one. So you could bring it into your design right here, and you could just make sure this is looking so great. So you could just do something like this. These are elements being displayed here on our design. So we have this, then you could just make sure you are doing something great. You're not doing something so different, and here we have something like this. So this is an element of design already, and you are good to go to proceed. So here we have something like this, and yes, we are good to go. So right now you could choose to adjust it, or you could choose to add effects to it. So what I want to do now is to add a little bit of opacity to it. So I'll just make sure it looks as if it's not there. So we have something like this going on right here, and we are good to go. So here you can add more designs, more elements. So right now we have different elements, like I said. So you could just click on this blank canva. This browser is not carrying the canva. You click on it blankly, then you come to elements. So different elements, you could get all these elements here, but there are other elements that is not in the element section. We have the text, so you could add text to whatever you're doing. You have the font combinations. You could add default text. You could do a magic write. So you could use the magic write. You could use any of these. So what I want to do now is to use one of these text templates. So let's use something like this, and let's say, yes, let's say win, something like this. As you could see, these are elements as well. So something about element of designs is that they make up the whole design process, as you could see right here. So this is an element of design as well. So you could say Merry Christmas, something like that. You could say Merry, click on what you want to edit. You could say Merry, and the Merry, and we're going to put Christmas here. So we could just use it as Xmas. And we could change the color of that if you want to. As you could see from here, you could change your color from there, and you can give it another color if you want to. So we could give it a red color, and we could just change all, then changes this color to red. And we could choose that again. We could choose that. You could see color could be changed from here. We could add effects. You could format. You could do basic things. You could take a text style. So let me choose a text effect, and this text effect would help us change what the design looks like. So you could do something like this, and this could be used. So you could just click to edit on this and work on the thickness. You work on the thickness. You work on the color of the effect. So we could do something like a yellow, and it looks like this. Yes, we are good to go. So here we have this. We worked on that text already, and this could be worked on as well. So we could change the color from here. See where we will change the color. This A is where you change the color of that text. So we could change the color of the text. We change to like a green. Yes, Christmas has this green color. So you change all, yes, and it changes it to green. Or let's look for something lighter, a lighter green. So we change it to a lighter green. Let's see that. Yes, we have that. And we could just change the effects of that text. So we could just come here. As you could see, you could make it bold. You could bolding it. And when you bolding it, you will see that it gets bolding. So when you want to bold, you could select all by holding on that. Then you bold it, or you unbold, you bold, or you unbold. You leave it at italics and all that. So we come back here and we do some basic edits. So here we have Merry Xmas, and yes, we could make it smaller. You could know, we took it from a text templates, and we have all that. So that's an element on its own, staying on its own. You see your red line means this is in the middle already. So we are good to go. So you could do all that. And you could see this dash, dash, dash. This is your dot. You could click on it to do more thing. You could use it to ungroup this text because this is a text font combination. They are grouped together. So you could choose to ungroup it so that you could work on each text freely. You could just do something like this. So you work on each text freely. So you could make this smaller. Something like this could be smaller, and you could just bring it somewhere. And we have something like this, which is not looking bad itself. So we are good to go. We just designed something for Christmas, and we could still go on and on to design more. So we have something like this, and right now you could see that element of designs are coming in handy. Another element is your image. So you could input image to this. For instance, if you have an image to input, you could easily input it by clicking on here, and you have your gallery. You have your gallery where you access your phone gallery, and you can bring in any image the to what you are designing. So this is an image of mine. So I brought it to this. So it could easily be brought to this. And there's something called frame. So in the element section, you could use frame. You could say circular frames. So you could just type circular frames. So you could type circle, and the circle you want is circle frame. So you type circle frame, and you see frames that are circle related. So you could bring that in. So let me bring this circle frame in. So I'll bring this in, and it will be somewhere here. So it could be somewhere like this, and we're going to just bring in my image. So you're just going to drag and drop, and yes, we have the image and the circle. So you could leave something like this somewhere here, and we have that as well. So we have the Merry Xmas, and you could just make sure this something goes this way. You could just make sure you're doing something right. So you could hold this place and make it smaller. You hold and expand, or you hold and bring it in. You hold to widen, you hold to bring it in. So yes, we are good to go. So you could enlarge the text, and the text could be something like this. So we have Mary, and Mary comes this way. So we have something like this, and you could choose to just bring it to somewhere close to the middle this way, and this comes this way. So we have all these, and so far so good. We'll be able to work on different elements of designs. So you could work on your elements, and element of designs are what makes up a design. So right there, that is an element of design, and elements of design on Canva. I hope to see you in the next lesson. See you there.